colored windows and doors than the rest of them. One has purple doors, one has turquoise, and one has blue. Was a very famous trend back in the day when there were a lot of captains and people that were working on the ships inhabiting Santorini. And because these people were far away from their houses for many months, or was their house, so the only thing they had to remember was the color of their door. This is something that happens in all Greek islands, so wherever you see whitewashed houses with different colored windows and doors than the rest of them is because back in the day, this is where shipmen or captains were inhabiting.
To the capital. So, right now, as we said, we are at the beginning of the main pedestrian street of Fira. So behind you, all this road is where you will find the shops, restaurants and cafeterias. Same thing as here. For you to return back to the bus, you will come to the big white church, the main Orthodox Church of Santorini, which is visible from all around the village. And once again, on the right of it, you will go downwards, you will pass the local bus station that we saw on our left, and you will pass the road very carefully, and you're gonna see me at the pistachios, okay? We're gonna meet there at 4:40. Now, let's do some hands. Who's gonna remain here in Fira, and it's not returning with us? Okay, roughly 10 people. Perfect. So, for those that are going to go from the old port back to the cruise ship, and for the rest of you that perhaps you're going to change your mind, the entrance to the cable cart is exactly straight ahead from us. We see the base church with the clock tower. This is the main Catholic church. Exactly in front of this church is where the entrance to the cable carts are. These stairs to go down are exactly after the entrance to the cable carts. On the left there is a small narrow road that goes downwards until it reaches the bottom. Now, as we said, the last tender boat is at 7 o'clock. I would suggest to be back in the line at around 6. And every 20 minutes there is a tender boat leaving from the old port towards your cruise ship. Now, the road to go towards the top, towards the entrance, is this road straight ahead from us and upwards. As long as you follow this road and upwards, it's gonna lead you to the entrance. But if you want to wander around the village, you will definitely see signs everywhere that say way to the cable cart or way to the old port this way, so you're not gonna miss. Okay, everyone? So for those that I'm gonna see back again at 4:40 at the pistachio row, so it's not only this way, there are some ways that are parallel to these ones.
Ay, no, pero aquí sale el techo, era ya.
Čekaj, sa to zle drží ten nový face, keď ste niečo sekne.
Can I have one?
One? Okay, can you go then? After the chicken nuggets.
And perhaps some of you also stayed for a very quick lunch to try some of the local products. Now, unfortunately, it's our time to return back to the port where we were dropped off. Thank you so much once again that you were in time. We really appreciate that. And in a few minutes, we will be at the bottom of the caldera once again at the port of Athenios. For now, if we look straight ahead from us, we are able to see the highest point of Santorini. At the top of the mountain, at Mountain of Prophet Elias at 567 meters, the buildings that we can see are a military base, an air force, a monastery, and also the raiders of the island where we get our signal from. Now you will tell me, but Poppy, this is not a mountain, 500 meters, it's not considered a mountain. Well, I understand for most of you it's not. Men are allowed to enter. There is another monastery in the second village of Fira at Fira Stefani, where only women can go to, but up at the mountain of Prophet Elias, only men can enter it. It is called Prophet Elias because the Greek name Elias is very similar to the Greek name for the sun, the name Ilios. In many areas all around Greece, the highest point of the area is called Prophet Elias, exactly because of that, because it is the closest point to the sun. Now this particular Prophet Elias is also partially identified with the Greek god of the weather, god Zeus. And this happens because, as we said, it rarely rains in Santorini, so from way back in the day, the men of the island, they used to head at the monastery and they were praying to the icon of Prophet Elias for rain. It actually only rains 7 to 10 days per year, so that's how low it is. This has also caused a big problem with our clean water on the island. Even though we use desalination systems, the end result water that comes out of our taps is still pretty salty water, so it's not drinkable. The only ways for us to have clean water is either by the cisterns that we said that the people are placing all around the houses, or with the imported water that we get from the mainland of Greece or from Athens. And that's why we have a lot of plastic bottles on the island. On our left, we can also see the outline of another island. This island is the closest island to Santorini, being only 1 hour away with a local ferry, and it is called Anafi. Anaphis, which combined is called Anafi, means without any snakes. So the island of Anafi is the only island in the whole of Aegean that doesn't have any snakes at all. That's why, except from a very famous destination for locals to go on vacation, this is also the island that the people that go for camping are choosing, because exactly it doesn't have any snakes on it. The second name of it is called Anephanim, which means that it was brought from underwater. And an ancient Greek myth says that perhaps back in the day when the Argonauts were returning from war and they were praying for it correctly. Does everyone can see straight ahead from us, very close to the shore, a red perimetered area? Could you guess what that might be for? Well, the most common answer that we get is a fish farm, but this is not the correct answer. Inside the water, inside the perimetered red area, is where someone can find a ship, a sunken ship. Back in 2007, a ship, as you can see, came very close to the shore and the bottom of it found in some rocks, so it started sinking. Thankfully, it took 11 hours for the ship to sink completely, so the tender boats were able to come and rescue everyone, so we didn't have any casualties. The ship still lies inside the water over here because in the position that it is located at the bottom of the caldera, at the bottom of the cliffside, the government hasn't found an efficient way for it to take it out. So they have put the perimeter area first for other ships to know not to cross from there, and secondly as a try to keep the pollution of the waters as minimum as possible.